he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
What's up, y'all? It's Fitz with FatherFlex.com. I'm convinced that Zelensky doesn't really want to make a deal. I'm convinced of that. And the reason that I think this video is important is because, you know, no matter what facet of life you're in, whether you're applying for a job and you're doing interviews, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're trying to parent, in order for you to really communicate effectively, you have to be willing to compromise and you have to be willing to read the room. Look at his body language right now. He's sitting there like this. He's in another country essentially asking for resources so that his people won't die. And he's sitting in a meeting with two of the most powerful people in the country with his arms crossed and asking, when is the last time you've been to Ukraine? As if to say, you don't have a clue what you're talking about. You don't have a clue what you're talking about. And, you know, he's pretty much challenging them. And there's a book, The 48 Laws of Power, which talks about never biting the hand that feeds you. And we've fed Ukraine over, you know, the last 2 or 3 years. We've fed them. And now he's sitting in the office with his arms crossed, asking the Vice President of the United States, when's the last time you've been to Ukraine, after the Vice President has just said, you're disrespecting our country, you're disrespecting our Oval Office, you're disrespecting the President. Read the room. Read the room. In life, you're going to need to learn how to read the room. Let's hear what he's saying.
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have.
So now he's pretty much saying, you need to help us, because if you don't help us, this is going to be your problem. So he's trying to flip it on the United States and essentially say, you know, right now everything might be good with y'all, but if they keep going with Ukraine, at a certain point, you guys are going to feel it over here. And I don't think that he's negotiating strategically. If this were a job interview and you were trying to get the job, would you go back and forth with them and say, you know, well, right now, you know, your marketing is good and you're making money, but if you don't hire me in 3 months, your company is going to really be feeling it and you're going to lose all. No, you wouldn't do that, especially if they're telling you that you're being disrespectful right now. He's not coming in humble. He's not coming in with open arms. Literally, he's not coming in with open arms. And I don't think this is a good look for him. And in life, you know, if you're not reading the room properly and you're not willing to sit and listen, and especially, you know, in front of the media. He's pulling this in front of the media. So I'm sure there's conversations that they had outside of this. And he's saying things in front of the media to get a certain narrative across. And it's coming off as disrespectful to Trump and JD Vance. And I think that he's playing a game that he's not going to win.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You can't listen if you're talking at the same time, bro. You can't listen if you're talking at the same time. This is not a good look. This is a conversation that you should have behind closed doors. This is a conversation that you should have behind closed doors. Like, for example, I'm a father. If I'm telling my kids something in front of other people and they want to go back and forth with me in front of other people, that's cool. That's cool, but the consequences are going to be greater. Why? Because now it's not that you're just going back and forth with me. Now you're doing it in front of people because you want to challenge me. You want to challenge my power. You want to challenge. You want to step up, and that's all cool and stuff. But you not like this behind closed doors, right? You're not like this behind closed doors. And right now, Zelensky he's not making the United States feel good about Ukraine. And so, like, as a parent, like I said, if I'm in front of somebody and I'm telling my kids something and they start popping off with the mouth, not only are you disrespecting me, but you're disrespecting me in front of other people. And that can't be tolerated, because now they're going to think they can disrespect me, or they're going to start behaving in a certain manner. And so right now, Zelensky is violating one of the rules of power. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, and always make the master look good. Always make the master look good. Now, of course, I'm not saying Trump is his master and stuff, but in this situation, we hold the upper hand. This isn't even our war. And so you're not making Trump look good by going back and forth with him in front of the media like this, in this very, I wouldn't even say passive aggressive way, but aggressive way. And then kind of low key threatening the United States. Like, if y'all don't do something about this, this is going to impact you. Not a good look.
Not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
This is another level of entitlement. This is another level of entitlement. Give me money. Give me money that you don't owe me. And he's not even saying he won't give him the money, but, if you don't give me the money that I need from you and the resources I need from you, then you're going to feel like, no. Stop making threats. Stop giving ultimatums. Like you said, you're not in the position to do that. Read the room, bro.
That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please. You think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't been
in this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
So, and here's another thing as well. When you're not getting your way, you shit on the past things that have been done for you. That's not good business. That's not a good look. So to come here and sit in front of our country and tell us that you've been alone in this war, well, then give us the billions of dollars back if you've been alone. So you've been alone because you may not get what you want in this conversation? That don't make sense. That don't make sense. That's like my wife saying, "Can we go out to eat at this fancy restaurant?" And I say, "Let me think about it," and maybe it's a no. And she, "Oh well, I've been a single mother this whole time, and I've had to pay." No, it don't work like that. Just because you're not getting what you want right now, doesn't mean you can take away the things that were done in the past. And from just a strategic standpoint, that's not gonna get you what you want in the future, right? That's not gonna get you what you want in the future. So I think, man, I think we've seen enough. I kind of get the gist of it. Zelensky, president of Ukraine, he seems like, he's in denial. He seems like he's in denial. This reminds me of a drug addict who, they've been in and out of jail. They done OD'd a couple times. And you there and you trying to help them, and you like, hey, here's some money, but I'm gonna only give you it for food. And they making threats to you like, oh, if you don't give it to me, if you don't just give me it, if you try to put stipulations on the food, then something bad gonna happen to you. It's like, bro, you're not in the position to do what you think you can do. You're not in that position. And so just like a drug addict, if they're in denial and they won't admit that there's actually a problem, they're not going to get help. Zelensky, he doesn't seem like he's willing to admit that there's a fundamental problem here and that his country stands no chance against Russia, but he's still talking as if he's big dog on top. He's big dog on top. And I think we can take a few things from this. In your life, you have to learn how to play your position, and you have to learn how to play your role, and you have to be strategic. That doesn't mean back down. That doesn't mean get walked all over. That doesn't mean get disrespected and not be authentic. What that means is when you think strategically, then you can sit better with the results, and the expectations going into something are level set so that you don't get in your emotions. He's in his emotions right now. And this isn't a good look for him. This is not a good look for him. And I just don't know why he would do it. Like, look at the body language.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
wild.
Less.
In 2 weeks. Of course he has.
It's going to be a very...
Just wild. I don't understand. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Because this is wild. This is wild. I just don't understand how he's taking this approach. But like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And I'm Fitz. I'll see y'all in the next video.